Hey everybody, Colt Callison here with Callison Realty. Hey, I was just thinking of something. Most of you guys know that we're expecting our fourth child, and so that's exciting. But something I was just thinking about with a lot of people that are having a kid and everything, how are we going to pay for college? You know, as parents, that's kind of always in the back of our mind. Man, college is so expensive nowadays. So I got a solution for you. This is kind of what we're looking at doing for our kids, all of them. And so I just want to throw this out to you. So let's say that we go and we buy an investment property for $150,000. Okay, so we got a $150,000 house. Now we can rent that and for 15 years. And by the time that our kids are in college at 18, the house will be paid for, right? So let's just go through this example. So $150,000 house, we put 20% down. So we got $30,000 and a down payment. I guess you don't need the K on there if you got a dollar sign. So $30,000 down payment. So now some of you are like, holy cow, how am I going to do a $30,000 down payment? Well, there's other avenues. You can live in the house for a couple of years, because remember, we got 18 years if you just had a kid. So there's a couple of years to play with. You can move in as an owner-occupant and have a house, and the typical FHA loan is 3.5% down, so much lower. So now the numbers will be a little bit different, but you can go that route. So in our scenario, we're putting 20% down, so that's $30,000. So we buy the house, and we put it on a 15-year loan. So by the time that the house is paid off, our kids are looking to go into college. So that payment on a house here in Wichita with our taxes and everything, that payment is going to be right around $1,100 a month. Okay, so $1,100 a month. Now we could probably rent that house out on maybe a 4-bedroom home. We'd probably get about $1,300, $1,350, somewhere in there. But for our case, we're just going to say $1,300. $1,300 and rent. Okay, so it costs us $1,100. We're going to rent it out for $1,300. That means we're going to cash flow or profit $200 a month. $200 profit. Okay, doesn't sound like a whole lot, but think about this. Your tenants, your renters, are paying down your mortgage, and you're still making $200 a month. You're not paying for that house. Your renters are. Now, of course, there's going to be things that come up. You might have to replace a toilet or two. That's part of owning real estate. But I promise you, the numbers are going to be well worth it. So let's say 15 years goes by. What's that house going to be worth? Well, let's assume 3% appreciation each year. So that's pretty conservative. It's about average, about what the real estate market's been doing over the last couple decades. About 3%. If you want to be more conservative, go 2%. But in our case, we're just going to use 3%. So 3%, 15 years from now, that's no longer a $150,000 house. And remember, you didn't pay for it. So the house is going to be worth $230,000 now. 200, draw that a little bit better, $230,000. And you didn't pay for it. Remember, you were getting $200 a month, and that's if you never increase the rent. So now over the course of 15 years, rents will probably increase as well. So you will make more money each month over time. Okay, so in this case, we didn't change any rents, $200 a month for the next 15 years. Not a bad little income. I mean, you're talking an extra what? 24 times 15, a lot. So, you know, maybe 30,000 if my math's right. I don't know. So, yeah, probably around 30,000. So you made $30,000 in cash flow, which could help for the college, but also you got a $230,000 house that's paid off. Now, most banks will allow you to refinance and pull up to about 80% of the equity out. So in this case, you're looking at being able to pull out $184,000 from your paid off property. So you just refinance, and now you just keep renting it out, and you'll probably still cash flow and still make a profit, and you got $184,000 that you can use for whatever you want, and it's tax free because the IRS considers that a loan and it's not a taxable event. So just to recap, buy a $150,000 house, put a 30% or a 20% down payment, which is about 30 grand. We're going to rent it out each month for $1,300, and it's going to cost us $1,100 in this scenario. So we're going to profit each month. Our tenants are paying it down, and in 15 years, right before our kids go off to college, now we got a $230,000 house. We refinance that house and pull out $184,000. That's a pretty good college education. I don't know. I mean, I didn't graduate from college, so but I want my kids to. So $184,000 tax free, or you could just sell the property, and now you got close to $215,000 after everything's said and done. Still not bad. Your tenants paid for it, so you can thank your tenants for the college education for your kids. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you about real estate and what the market's doing here in Wichita. It's a very hot market, and especially if you're looking to sell a home, but you can always find a great deal if you're looking to buy a home. Now, I just did a very quick search, and there are a ton of homes out there for $150,000 that would meet this scenario here. And most of them are 4 bedrooms, so you can easily get that rent. So again, Colt Callison, Callison Realty. Give me a call, 616-8208. If you guys have any questions, I'm here to talk to you about real estate. But I hope this at least gets you thinking. So whether you decide to invest in real estate or not, you know, it's still a good plan. And if I can do anything for you, please reach out. Have a great day, guys.